And, the battle for the principal officers, as is well known, well, that is sort of, well, it's not even sorted out. We're still there. All feelers say that, well, all of these plannings and configurations are going on, but that President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has the final say on all of these matters. But that doesn't stop groups from lobbying. For instance, when we look at the battle for the Senate presidency, there are groups who are saying that, you know what, it's the Southeast that, should indeed be occupying that office. They will, prefer a lot of reasons. And then there are others who are saying that, well, actually, it's the South-South. So all of this, you can understand when it is said that President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that will have the final say. But we will be joined shortly. In the meantime, maybe we could put on the phones and, have some sort of a sense. Maybe that will be later. I think the guest has actually he's just come on stream. And I'm talking really about Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzo. Mazi Isiguzo is a former national youth leader, Ohaneze worldwide, Ohaneze youths worldwide. A fine morning to you, Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzo.
Yes, fine morning. Good morning, my good friend.
Okay, then.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. This is Yori Folarin in studio, and we're happy that you could make it for us. Now.
Oh, very lovely.
Yeah. I was just, in a preamble saying that quite a number of people think that there's always more than one way to skin a cat, and in their own particular version of that aphorism is that it is the turn of the South-South. There are those saying that it is the turn of the Southeast. Well, APC is looking towards the South-South, according to news reports. And indeed, some of those news reports continue to say that the party is actually shopping for Northwest, in Northwest for the deputy. But your interest is to make the case for the Southeast in the 10th Senate. Am I right there?
Yes, very correct. You are very, very correct.
Okay.
You are very, very correct.
Right.
And first of all, Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his well-deserved victory in the last election. Currently, I was the former national youth leader for Hanese and currently the Secretary General for Hanese and Digo. And our position has become very clear and remained very clear that in the process to help the president-elect to start the healing process that's supposed to kickstart to ensure that we have a united front, a united nation, not divided by religion or ethnicity, that the South and the president-elect, the president of the Senate in the 10th Assembly. The reasons are very clear. In order to balance the Muslim the presidency, they need who will of the Senate. And this is the beginning which the president-elect has advocated that he will start a national healing process and let it start from the Southeast. So the people of the Southeast is full of expectations that Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, will ensure based on equity and fairness and natural justice that the presidency of the Senate should come to the Southeast.
Okay.
And coming to the Southeast is going to douse a lot of tension because in the last 8 years, the Southeast had been somehow shortchanged from the top echelon of the governance in Nigeria. And we believe that if we have somebody who is among the top 3 or top 5 in governance, that it will help bring a sense of belonging to our people, especially the people of the Southeast. And this will curtail the insecurity challenges we are having in the Southeast, which is fueled by perceived marginalization in the last ending administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. So we are using this medium to still call the leadership of the APC and the president-elect in particular to ensure that he use his good office as the president-elect to ensure that the Southeast produce the presence of the Senate in the 10th Assembly. This will go a long way to make sure that, irrespective of the whole clamor and a lot of tension and heightened anxiety in the country, it will douse the tension in the Southeast. And also, it will curtail the activities of our brothers who are seeking for another republic called Biafra.
Yes. Okay, but I'm sure, as you well know, prejudice to what you said, I think in the APC, they were looking towards the House of Representatives for that. But well, you must have heard about it, but you don't seem to agree with that quest. Say, look towards the House of Representatives. You are saying, no, it's the Senate, which we popularly refer to as the number 3 position.
No. Yes. No. We are asking the president-elect and the leadership of APC, they should give the Southeast the opportunity to produce the Senate presidency, irrespective of zoning giving us the speakership. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I will believe that the best position the Southeast must occupy at this hour, and it will help the Igbos to forgo other questions for those challenging Asuwaju in the other way around, and help to douse the tension in the Southeast. Once Asuwaju give the Southeast the presidency, it will reduce the tension and will be in the position to advise those who are challenging his presidency to calm down.
Okay, I hear that. But are you giving, I was giving the impression that there are those notable, members of the party, including your very good self, that will indeed be doing that, irrespective of anything. But to now tie that, not in a negative way, but to tie that to, look, as long as we have number 3, then we shall, be cooperative in that regard. I don't know if you think that people who see it from that point of view, might be getting the wrong end of the stick, because I feel that people of Southeast extraction, people of Igbo extraction will do that anyway. Nobody wants the continued restiveness that we have. But just throwing that in there as a sweetener, I don't know how you feel about it.
No, the truth of the matter is, we must ask ourselves, how did we come to a situation whereby the best and the most peaceful zone in the whole geopolitical zone of Nigeria, that very, very peaceful, became a volatile area? This was because of perceived injustice against the people of the South.
Mazi Okechukwu, I think it's the network thing. But in the meantime, a call has come in. So maybe I could take that call. Mr. Mohammed has called in from Abuja. Good morning to you, sir. Weigh in on the situation. Yeah.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning.
Happy Easter in Arias.
Indeed, thank you very much.
Yeah,
so the case for the Southeast for the Senate president.
Important. We thank people like Hope Uzudima, the governor of Imo State. We thank people like the governor of Ebonyi State. We thank all those people that are concerned that voted for APC. But to be sincere, Uncle Yori, politics is a game of number, and who needs equity must come with clean hands. My question to that your guess is that how many votes?
Mazi Okechukwu.
Yeah, Mazi Okechukwu. How many votes did the Southeast produce compared to South? So let's see. I know River State alone produced 100,000 votes. Then if you add with the other states, I think they are qualified enough to get the seat of the Senate president. then the Southeast can now take the seat of the either Deputy Senate President or Speaker. I think that is justice, because South have never produced Senate President before. They only produce Deputy Senate President. But the Southeast has been producing Senate President for long. But now, since they have now decided to put their eggs into one basket to vote their own president,
okay.
They can get now in terms of this sharing formula. They should now manage either Speaker or Deputy Senate President. I think that's okay, conclude.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed, for calling in from Abuja. Mazi Okechukwu, well, you heard it. So far, it's not as if the Southeast hasn't occupied that office severally before. They're all very illustrious sons of Nigeria. Immediately, I think Chuba Kadigbo is just one name that jumps out at you. There are many. There are some others. You know. So what do you think of that? You know, reasoning that the South hasn't ever had a chance before. And since we're talking about equity, balance, and all of that, how would you respond to that line of thinking?
Well, Okwiri, I thank the last caller, and I want to say sincerely that the Southeast has produced the Senate presidents in the past. And I think since 1960, I think we have had about 7 to 9 Senate presidents in the past. Mm-hmm. And since 1999 till now, we had about 5 of them in the past. But the truth here is these people of the Southeast supported the people of the South in 2015, in 2011 and 2015 for presidency. We sacrificed everything. Whatever we have suffered in Nigeria today between 2015 and 2019 was as a result of the total support Igbos gave to a prominent son and the former president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Jonathan. And at this hour, we expected that since in order to ensure that there is total healing in the land and there is total restoration of unity in the country across the board, that the people of the South, South should support the people of the Southeast to produce number 3. If we give opportunity to some become number 1, and at the end of the day, Southeast we are victimized by the outgoing administration, by the popular maximum of 97 and 5%, and the dots in the center. Southeast became a vulnerable area because the support we gave to the people of the South. But by this time of this future, for the future of the country, for national security and otherwise, we believe that the best thing at this moment is to give a credible Southeast man who has the interest of the country at heart. We have prominent senators from the Southeast. We have Senator Joseph Okalo. We have Senator Cities in Aso. We have Governor Dave Umahi. And the truth about it is, all of them are qualified. For Dr. Okalo, we know we have some little issues with Dr. Okalo. And the issue of Ochitozinaso is a good candidate, yes. But Ohanese is looking at a man who will protect the Asuwaju presidency across 8 years, 4 years and 8 years. A man who will be able to stabilize the Senate and ensure that there is a good understanding between the executive and the legislator. So the man we are looking at is Governor Umahi. Are you getting me? We are scrutinizing all the candidates, and we believe that if the Senate, at this point in time, what the people should be talking about, how can they give Asuwaju a man who will protect the interests of Nigeria and a man who will also double to ensure that there is peace in the Southeast.
All right. Just before I go, because I have another call on the line. I beg your pardon, Mazi. There's actually another Mazi on the line. But just to clarify something you said, did you say Ohanese is looking actually not towards Orji Uzor Kalu necessarily, even though he has qualified as any other?
Yes, Orji Kalu is qualified. Orji Kalu is qualified to be the Senate president, but because of his antecedent in the past, because a man who said that he brought Uruga to Abia State. A man who said that he is looking for a Northeast presidency when the Southeast is yearning for presidency in 2023. And a man who is always at the crossroad with the collective interest of Ndibo. A lot of people are not comfortable with Otikalu, but personally, Otikalu is one of the good candidates we can present, and he can get something from Ndibo.
Okay,
let me
go to Abia. Let me go to Abia that you mentioned, where Mazi Okoroafo is waiting to join the conversation. Good morning to you, Mazi Okoroafo.
Good morning, Sayori. Good morning, my brother Mazi on the sky. You see, Southeast is due for the Senate president. If you look at the permutation presently for 2023 election right now, then South for the secretary to the federal government. Then we come down to middle belt.
Yeah.
Middle belt. We're talking about the speaker for the House of Reps. Look, Nigeria should be talking of equity, fairness, peace, and unity of this country. One block alone cannot take it all. Share, forget political party issue of symptoms. Now, I'm still saying this thing, but people sometimes, when the earthquake happened in Turkey, they say it was act of God. Yes, God does not create something and God comes down to destroy. It is people that God creates and people come to destroy. Go back and read history. What happened in Tokyo? I started an example. I told you there was a program on the Ghana television, I don't know in Maba television, that first came to Tokyo. Over 20 million pets. Wait, in that country. As I said, after 48 happened in Tokyo. So, when something is happening in a country, we should be very, very careful. Let us keep selfishness, tribalism, religion, no man, or anything aside. And face reality. Because, I repeat, nothing just happened. Unquote, nothing just happened. We have to be very careful. It's about everybody struggling for position. Southeast, the Southeast, give them the Senate president, let them go. You watch them. That is how to do. Not to say that you climb down everything. Every time Southeast will boil it. They are being marginalized. They are being regionalized. They are being job one side. They are not carrying along. Let us play a real game 2023. Let's keep religion aside. Let's keep political party aside. And look for competent hands from Southeast to stand as a Senate president. We have 100 days in office. We watch them. So this issue of people glamorous, you must be my people, it doesn't make sense. We are in a country that everyone, I think we saw what happened in Turkey yesterday. A fellow banker went to his bank and gave 6 or 5 people in his bank. He said, staff, now, do you want us to in Nigeria? We are not praying for something, but there are certain things we take symptoms instead of taking the causes. Now, to reach at a level that international community are watching us. You see, when we do this, they start laughing at us. When people come to the job, they leave the sky. So every time we start an example with other countries, I think we saw what the man in Rwanda said. He said he's retiring and it's going to be what? Eternally. I did not satisfied with his job.
Okay.
That is what I just be thinking about. Let us move forward. Forget about religion. Forget about tribalism. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much. Isuguzo, you heard that. He also, is staunchly, it would seem to me, on the side of a Senate president, number 3 man, as we say locally here, coming from the Southeast. He thinks it's a matter of balance, it's a matter of fairness. So, but to be accurate, it is said in news reports that the party, APC, is actually still consulting, even as it has penciled down, according to one paper is saying it has penciled down the South-South, but, is searching for a Northwest deputy. And you explained from the beginning that, it still is not cutting it. It's really Southeast or nothing. But I don't imagine I should have added or nothing, because you didn't say that. As politicians, consultations are on. I imagine you can still talk with each other. But just before you respond, Mazi, let me join Ada calling in from Jos to this conversation. Good morning to you, Ada.
Good morning, Mr. Yori, and your guest there.
Mazi,
okay,
Mazi is
Mazi, okay, Chuku.
Yes.
That's Ada calling from Jos Plateau State. Mr. Yori, I don't want to start repeating what other people have said, you know. I as much as I believe in the balancing, you know, of power, that is sharing of whatever, you know, the power after election. You should know that the problem with Nigeria is not even that. The problem is good governance, fiscal federalism, if I have my way. Let as what you the president-elect, he has been talking about that, and I believe he also believes in that. If they can do that, most of these things struggling for who will become what, it will fizzle out. You understand? It's fiscal federalism, that's the most important thing. And then about all I want to say here is that Mr. Yori, if I'm with anybody, let it be somebody who doesn't have a criminal baggage. We can't, you can't go through that route. We can't continue like that. I'll tell you something. When an election ends, an election ends, the first 4 years, the first tenure of that particular person, it doesn't belong to him as such. When you're talking about final say, he has to look at the input made by other regions, for him to get there. Let's face facts. Understand what I'm saying? As for the Southeast, I'm not saying when we're giving all those positions, what did we get from there? Fiscal federalism is the way to go. Let's not give up Nigeria.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Ada Ogadimma. I can see that we seem to still have a challenge with Mazi Izuguzo, who is on, Zoom, I believe it is. But can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Please respond if you will. There are two in a row. First, Mazi Okorafo from Abia, and then Ada calling in from Jos.
Mazi Okorafo from Abia. I like his submission. Because what we need at this point is to ensure that there is peace, unity of the country should be paramount in any consultation going on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, Mazi.
Hello,
Mazi, we can hear you.
I say that what we need at this point in Nigeria, is peace, national healing, and the unity of the country is part. Whatever consultation APC is looking at, whatever they are trying to do behind the scene, whatever thing that is going on, they should consider peace, they should consider unity, and they should consider the national healing process that Aswadi has already said he's going to initiate once he takes over power. Now, let me tell you the truth. Forget about politics, forget about anything. Immediately, we have a Southeast man as president. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
We can still hear you.
Immediately we have a Southeast man as the president of the Senate. A lot of things will go down.
All right.
The peace will be restored in some part of this. A lot of people.
I hear you on that, Mazi, but could we quickly, Mazi, if you can hear me, I would like you to quickly also comment on Ada calling in from Jos, who
on Ada is why I align with Ada is based on we cannot give a man the president of the Senate who has a criminal record. Any man that has criminal records should not be considered to be the president of the Senate. That was what happened in 1999, between 1999 and 2007. Southeast produced about 5 Senate presidents in 8 years because we put people who had criminal tendencies and records. And that
I just want to be careful here. Sorry, Mazi, I just want to be a real bit cautious here. If the National Assembly, the Senate, if they voted, the person who is the chief whip now, for example, I'm really a bit confused over the idea of any kind of criminal attachment. If they had been sure that within the law this was the case, they might not have voted him to high office.
Uncle, please allow me to rest. my case. What I'm trying to say is that Ojikalo, we know he has some issues with EFCC. And a lot of things can go wrong, and that issue will be brought up, and it will embarrass the office of the President of the Senate. So what we are saying is that...
Quickly, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry to rush you. You've made your point. So I'm very sorry to interrupt you, but I also want to bring on Reverend Dominic, who wants to join the conversation as well. You will respond. Mazi, you will respond. You will have the opportunity to respond. Reverend Dominic, please go ahead, sir.
Good morning, Yori.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mazi, the other side.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please continue, Reverend Dominic.
Yori, if we have good party structure and party democracy, the principle of democracy and party structure or party politics is when a party wins election. This thing we are going forth and back, who will be Senate, this, who will be that, shouldn't arise if there's a party structure. In party politics, when a party wins election, they sit down and share the offices. By now, anybody that will be the minister have been known. Anybody that will be Secretary of State have been known. Anybody that will be... So if the good party structure is there, we'll be quarreling all these things. To me, whether you give it a Senate president to the Southeasterner or not, I don't think he will quench the agitation. Because people who are agitating have their own straight ideology. Whether you give them presidency, whether you give them speaker, whether the governor or the governors that they come from the Southeast, the young men who did not see a sensible war, who needs Biafra, won't like it or not. But in balancing of good governance, we must come to Southeast and find a credible man. Here, I've said this before, people came after me. In 2015, we have crisis in Senate because a man wins Senate presidency and also things came up. He takes the Senate members to go to tribunal CCB every 2 weeks. We don't want a repeat of it. And let me give Nigeria information. There's a man called Joseph Wires. Yori will not give him Joseph Wires. He is from the South Side. He was a president of Senate in 1979. If I'm wrong, I'm here to quote right or wrong. But Joseph Wires was the Senate president in 1979. Maybe if you say the South have not been occupied Senate presidency in this recent time, 1990 now, you are right. The South have occupied that seat. If the man called the Wires is from South, if my numbers South be well. So what I'm trying to say, we need governance. And
all right.
That good governance, a party must balance their structure and share their governance very well. I mean, to put office of their governance very well. That's my own contribution.
Thank you for it, Reverend Dominic. Now, Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzo, I'm going to go on a break now so that when I come back, you can speak without any interruption for as long as you need to, within reason. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Okay, welcome back. And our guest is Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzo. He is the former national youth leader of Ohaneze Youths Worldwide, and he told us that he's actually now the Secretary General of Ohaneze Ndigbo. Now, I want to come, I still will come to Mazi Okechukwu, but in the meantime, Yakub has come on the line. So let me sort that out, and then we'll give the mic to Mazi. Good morning to you, Mr. Yakub.
Yeah, good morning, Chief Yori.
Thank you.
And then good morning to your guest. Chief Yori, first and foremost, I think APC as a party, because of the ticket that we have in our hand now, the president being a Muslim, the vice president being also a Muslim, I'm of opinion that the Senate president should go to South And then I'm also opinion.
Should go to South
Senate
where? The President of the Senate
Southeast.
should go where?
To Southeast.
Okay.
To Southeast.
Okay.
Yes, and then I'm also of opinion that the person that's going to come from that Southeast should be in person of all the use of Kalu. And then I have my reason saying that. My reason saying that is this. First of all, how do you support somebody from the north to be president? But immediately the person does not win the election, he quickly adopts Ashwat Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then, mind you, he also uttered a word that if Ashwat Bola Ahmed Tinubu need to win that election, he should go and pick a Muslim person from the north. He advised us at that time. And then meanwhile, Ashwat Bola Ahmed Tinubu know that how Yusuf Kalu said, it is something that's going to play out positively for him. And then he did so. Secondly, and then I dare to disagree with your guest this morning, that attach criminal something to all Yusuf Kalu because it is only court of competent jurisdiction that can pronounce somebody criminal also, quote and unquote. And then, mind you, I still want your guest to withdraw a statement says that if Ashwat Bola Ahmed Tinubu make sure that the Senate president comes to the Southeast, in that case, the only thing Indigo is going to advise the person going to court to withdraw Ahmed Tinubu as a very valid threat, and then he won the election. Well, so be it. Anybody that still agrees, he has to go to court. Let him go to court. They should not tell us because they give them the Senate president. In that case, Indigo is going to advise the person that is already in the court. So he should not withdraw the case.
All right.
Fight it and finish so that they will know that truly Ashwat Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the election.
Thank you very much. Thank you, really. Thank you, Yakub, for calling in. Now, coming to Mazi Okechukwu Isuguzo. Please now, the floor is yours.
Well, I thank our people for their responses, and it is in good light that people respond the way they want to respond. But the truth of the matter is, what the people of the South is asking for the leadership of the APC and the president-elect is that they should include the Southeast to be among the top three, and using a man from the Southeast who has a large heart, who has a national outlook, a man who believes in Nigeria, a man who will help to douse the tension in the Southeast, a man who loves this country and will do anything to ensure that the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu succeed and dispense good governance to the people of Nigeria. We believe the only problem we are having is that there are rules in the Senate, and those rules should be amended to accommodate most of the best hands who can assist to dispense good governance. We believe that somebody like Governor Ode Fumahi, if the Senate can in any way
Okay. I think there was a dropout, but you've just finished saying that your preference, if I heard you right, would be Dave.
It will go a long way to douse the tension. Why? Because we are looking at the characters of those who are from the Southeast for this position. And whether you accept it or not, whether you believe me or not, for the past 8 years, Governor Mahe has been the chairman of Governors Forum, and before he was defected to APC, he was in PDP. And he knows the problem of the Southeast, because in the absence of Igbo man in the executive arm of government, in the legislature, and in the judiciary, Omahe became the political leader of the Southeast by the virtual position of his chairman of Southeast Governors Forum. And we believe such a man, if given opportunity to be the president of the Senate, and with the cooperation and the understanding and support from other senators, 108 senators on board.
Okay. Yeah, it is the network thing. But, you know, we've heard what you were saying, and because as soon as you would have landed, I wanted to ask that do you want to look at...
And who will assist Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that the people of Nigeria got necessary amenities and ensure that most of the tension, heightened anxiety that we are seeing in Nigeria today will go down. Senate, it will give us a sense of belonging. So I am using this medium an opportunity to tell the people of the leadership of APC and the president-elect that the best thing they should do for the people of the Southeast is to use their good offices to ensure that this position comes to the Southeast. One. Two, they should look at the character and antecedents of those who are justly for the position. Ositis is our brother, is one of the oldest senators in the Southeast, but we know his shortcomings. We know the shortcomings of Oji Carlo. We also know the strength and the capacity of Governor Dave Umahi. I am not holding forth for Umahi. I'm not speaking for Umahi. But what I'm trying to say is that for we to get right, for we to have stability, for we to ensure that the unity of the country is paramount, let APC settle for a man who will give them peace.
Okay.
With the disposition of the governor of Ebonyi State, we believe that we will not have a kind of fracas in the house. We will not have, there will be a robust relationship between the Senate, the National Assembly, and the executive, led by Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Let me bring in Daniel Momo. Daniel Momo has been waiting to join this conversation. He's calling in from Port Harcourt. Good morning to you, Mr. Momo.
Good morning, Mr. Yori. How are you this morning?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, you're looking smart. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you very much.
Yes, first of all, I think what we are discussing centers around what a man has done before in person of the president-elect. We remember his cabinet then in Lagos. He has the people from the north, he has the people from the south, he has the people from the southeast. And so for me, I am confident that the right thing will be done. But to clear every doubt, I am for the southeast becoming the Senate president. Daniel Momo, that is what I am rooting for. Now, in going forward about that, I think for me, there is a senator, I've forgotten his name now, he's from, I think, Imo State. I'm an admirer of him, but the truth must be told. There are competent hands in every state, in every region in Nigeria. And so for me, for a representative government, that Asiwaju has always represented, has always proved to be, I think that this thing should never be debated. It should be allocated. It should be moved to the southeast. And I'm rooting for somebody. I've forgotten his name now. I remembered when this program started. He's from Imo State. I've heard the man speak before. I think he was in House of Rep and now he's now in the Senate. So I think that we should have somebody and never repeat the era of Bukola Saraki, where we have to shut down the National Assembly and we all assemble at the court. We should be very careful in taking these decisions. But I think that for Daniel Momo, I'm rooting for a Southeastern person to become the Senate president. It will douse a lot of tension. I've lived in the Southeast before, in Anambra State for about 6 years. I know exactly what I'm saying. Give them this position. It is not that they are not qualified. No. Everywhere in the country is qualified. Even my state, I'm from Edo State. My state can produce all. But for a representative government, I think the Southeast should get this position.
All right.
And I'm rooting for someone in Imo State. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling in. Well, news reports say that the matter is still very much in consideration. The party is making consultations, we read in the news. Akpabio is also very much in the race, but that, of course, will be going to the south-south. Our guest, Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzo, you just heard that. That's another vote of confidence, shall we say, for an Igbo Senate president. In other words, coming in from the southeast, which is where you say. This question, he went back to something that the gentleman who called in, Actually, we now have Joshua on the line from Irewolede. I was going to say Yakub, who called in wanting you to, rephrase or reconsider your submission about...
Uncle Yori.
Oh, okay. There you go. Good morning, sir. Mr. Joshua.
Okay, good morning, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I want to put it in that I think it's important we use appointment as a tool for building national consensus. I'm beginning to see things tilting in that direction. And we need a political party that is magnanimous enough to recognize that as a tool. Nigerians are used to agitating for positions once an election is over. And the position is often about balancing. Now, we have, even in our constitution, that there is a requirement for balancing. But it is often not respected. And that is why there's always this agitation. So I'm thinking that the president-elect, since he is in his character anyway, will use that as a tool, like it's been said, to douse tension. Unfortunately, in this particular 2023, I am tending towards the South-South, but I don't mind the Southeast, especially that Umahi. That governor is extremely much of a gentleman. He's somebody who can actually be the face of the Southeast in this cabinet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for calling in. Mazi Zuguzo, there you go. Dave Umahi, that you have spoken very highly about, again, that extends to to other people. It's not just you who see the Senator Dave Umahi as an excellent proposal, in as long as it is going to come from there. But this matter is still in consultation, we hear, and it's been valuable to hear your perspective as of Ohaneze Ndigbo. Did I get that office right? Secretary General Ohaneze?
Yes, very correct. Very correct.
Yes.
Very correct.
Yes.
Very correct.
Yes. So you're not alone. Other people also see it. First of all, you're warning about Ojiuzo Okalu and indeed Dave Umahi, on the side of this is an excellent choice any way you look at it. And there's also those who are saying that they don't even care about all of these all of the way we're putting all these things together. Let us just get competent people. So maybe this is the time for you to just sort of wrap it up, if any call doesn't come in to interrupt you again. Well, somebody just did. Tony from Jos just established himself as the last caller. Good morning, Tony. Tony.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Good morning to you. Go ahead, please.
You can call me Tony. You can call me Bob, Uncle Yori.
I can call you Tony. I can call you Bob.
Thank you. I quite appreciate you. You are looking like a Easterman now. Very handsome in looking.
You're eating into your time, yes. Tony Bob.
So keep it up.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Coming to your topic, I think we look at the issue of National Assembly. The set of people who are saying that they should move Senate President to Southeast, I think is good. But the only thing I want people to understand, I appreciate people who have submitted the name of the present governor of Ogun State, Omei, or they call him. In fact, if they want a distant National Assembly this time around, a serious, distant and disciplined National Assembly, that governor Omei of Oboye, very matured man indeed, very, very matured. Let's put politics aside. You can see each time he talks mature, maturity is in him. He don't see arrogancy, he don't see very matured. Even the way he speaks, very quiet and matured in manner. To me, I think they shouldn't miss that candidate. He's a man that will bring a new National Assembly to limelight. You understand me?
All right then. Thank you very much, I want to thank you very much for calling in on that, but I've got to hand it back to Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzo for the last word.
Well, Uncle Yori, I must thank the callers, those who share our thoughts and our views. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
I want to thank the last caller, and I must say this. If the president-elect, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I know he's a strategist, he's a Democrat, one time an activist, and he knows that the best way to succeed in governance is to carry a team that are very humble, sincere, competent, and have the capacity to coexist in all structures. Let APC leadership and the president-elect insist that the only way that they can inculcate the Southeast into the mainstream politics is to ensure that a Southeasterner become the president of the Senate. If they are going to use doctrine of necessity to ensure that first-timers like Senator David Nwezo Mahe became the president of the Senate, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu should go and sleep and close his eyes, and he will never have anybody who will rock the boat, anybody who will have an impeachment threat, anybody who will not give him headache for a single day.
All right, then.
What we are saying
well,
is that
Mazi, we're going to have to leave it there. I thank you very much. We really must leave it there. Our guest has been the Secretary General Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, as he has advised us this morning. Thank you very much for making the time for us this morning, Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzo. That's our program. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I'm Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.
They are real. They are the drama queens of Abuja.
If you're not real, you will be consumed, okay?
Stop calling me my mom Joe.
We have an intruder in the house. The meter of the disgrace is rising. You're old.
Who said I need deliverance? Ha! Deliverance!
It wasn't me. She got me on the wasn't it? Arafat pulled me aside for a chat. No.
The Real Housewives of Abuja, only on Showmax.
To watch this and other Showmax originals, simply add Showmax to your DSTV subscription using the My DSTV app.